So if you remember in the last class, we have seen till, sending arguments. Am I right, Shrimuki? How to call a function, how the function works, the flow and everything, right? So did I share the last class notes, huh? No, right? Okay. Today I'll share both the notes, okay? Sure. No problem, no problem. So we'll see today types of arguments, okay? So you have seen how we can send an argument, how we can return an argument, right? Am I correct? Huh? But today we'll see, these guys should attend, I don't know why these guys didn't attend. Very important class today. Okay. Okay. So already we have seen how to send okay. In Chennai, it is very hot, Shrimuki. The temperature is very hot. Yeah. And very hot in Chennai, actually. Yeah, I was in Chennai right now, doing job from Chennai. Very hot, Yeah. Already we have seen how to send an argument to a function. Am I correct? And how we can return in value from a function. Am I correct? Correct? So these two things I told you already. Am I correct? Right. Now we'll see how can we return the multiple values from a function. Okay. I have told only to return a single value. If you see here the code, okay, you can see, return f. If you see, I have calculated factorial of a number and I have returned f that will be stored into fact and that will be printed. Okay. This is just dealing with a single variable, right? But if I want to return multiple values, what should I do? Okay, any guess, Srimuki? Any guesses? Nothing. Just yeah. Wait. I'll tell you. Okay. Suppose let's assume. Uh, Let me change everything. Okay, fine. I don't want to use this code. Def calculate. Okay, addition subtraction. Okay. Let's assume I am taking two values in this function. Okay. Colon. Then sum equal to, come on, a plus b and difference equal to a minus b. Is that fine, Shimuki, so far? Now return simply both. Return sum comma difference. That's it. Okay now. Now you call from here. Okay. So if they are returning two values, you need to capture with two values, right? So it is like x comma y equal to calculate add or sub 10 comma 15. Okay. Now the sum is 25 and difference is minus 5. Am I correct, Shimuki? If I print, you can observe those two values. Am I correct? See, clear, Shimuki? That's how this works. Okay. We have done with the class 42 also, right? Okay. Nice. Advantage with you guys is, suppose if I miss it for one or two classes or three classes, right? You won't say anything, okay? Some people will get serious actually, really some batches, people will be, see, sometimes, if I was not able to take class or if I was not able to woke up now, people will, those things also I faced actually, yeah. But again, as I need to be regular, that's how things, but again, some days not work. See, because of your kind cooperation only, we completed 42 classes successfully, now 43. Okay. Is that fine, Shimki? Yes. Okay. Now, now we'll see types of arguments, okay? We have seen just till now we have seen only sending arguments, okay, returning values, returning multiple values like that only. I'm a character. Now we'll see how many types of arguments, okay, does Python supports, okay, like that. So Java, you can expect only two types of arguments only, but in Python there are multiple things, and we'll see all those things, okay. You should be very clear, okay, because in the project level the functions is very very important, okay. Trust me, any language the functions are core part, okay. But again, I feel Shunki, Python, Java, .NET, C, CPP, everything will be in the same pace or same line. Okay, if you understand one thing and you easily crack other thing also. Just a syntax difference only. Okay, right? Okay, types of arguments. Yeah, def function one a comma b. Okay, let us see. Suppose this is some logic I have written. Okay, let's assume. Okay. Just this terminology is not that important, but remember, okay, people will often use. Okay, so suppose we see how we'll call that function Shimiki, func1 10 comma 20, let's assume, right? So here this 10 comma 20 are called actual arguments. Arguments. And A comma B are formal arguments. So they just, this is not that important, but you need to remember, okay, as a trainer, I need to teach, and as a student, you need to listen, okay? Okay. A comma B are formal arguments, okay? Now we'll see what are different kinds of. Yeah, A comma B are variables here. Okay. So see, anyway, if you're passing any value, that's nothing but an argument, right? If you are accepting any values in the function, that's also an argument. But I'm differentiating what kind of arguments they are. The names, what they gave the Python people or Java people, no? How they pronounce. That's what I'm telling. Okay. 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 1 minute. Oh, sorry. 10 comma 20 are actual arguments. A comma B are formal arguments. Okay, fine. Okay, yeah, fine. I thought it's a reverse. Okay. Now, there are four types of actual arguments, guys. Okay. There are four types of actual arguments. One is positional argument. Positional arguments. Second one, keyword arguments. See, you need to tell Shimuk if someone is asking in the interview, you're supposed to tell these things, okay? Default arguments and variable length arguments. Okay. Right. First, we'll see positional arguments. Okay. Can you tell me, Srimuki, what is positional argument? I'll give you 1 minute. Think and tell me. By the name itself, you can guess something. Yeah. See, till now, whatever we have seen, na, that is nothing but a positional argument only. Okay. If you see here, suppose 10 is there here na, as a first value, 15 is there as a second value. So the same will be A is the start first value, B is the second. So so I want to say based on the place or the position, the values are being assigned to A and B. Am I correct? Yes. So this is nothing but positional argument. Am I clear? Right, Shimukhi? Okay, just make a note of it somewhere, okay? It will be helpful, okay? Just the definition, if possible. If you have a laptop or note something, no? Just make a note. Yeah, yeah. We'll write somewhere here as well. Yep, yes. These are the arguments passed function in correct positional order, okay? Just like that, okay? Okay. If you change the number of arguments, suppose if you change, what will happen, Shimki? Any idea? I think if you remember, I told you already. If you change number of arguments, suppose if in function there are two variables, but I'm sending three variables, what will happen? Yep, we'll get a error. Okay, right. Okay, na? Okay. Let us see. See, it should be an error. Okay, let us see. See, error. Okay, na? What error we are getting? That also remember. Okay, type error. Okay, takes two positional arguments, but three were given. Okay, see how neatly it is giving an answer. Okay, okay, yeah, okay. Let me copy this. Next one, keyword arguments. So we can pass argument values by keyword. I'll tell you what is that. Okay, by keyword. That is by parameter name. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you that. Okay. Suppose let's assume name, comma college. Okay. Suppose name. My name is Sunil. I have graduated from some XYZ college. Okay. Okay. Right. See, now the thing is, I can pass the value here. Okay. You mean to say I can write name equal to something, Sunil, and college equal to like this I can send. Okay. Now the name will be assigned to this name and college will be assigned to that name. Okay, na Shimuki. So even we can interchange. In this case, the position is not important, right? Shimuki, is it fine? See, in this case, the position is not important. Okay. Okay, na? So you can print. See, you can happily write. Okay, you can happily write. No need to bother about any, the place is matching or not. The number, something like that is not important. Okay. Name is name. Then what? Sorry, you should be. Okay, Shimuki, you got it right, Shimuki. So here the position is not a deal. Okay, see here we are not expecting any value. Just don't expect any value. Suppose if you are not returning any value, don't expect any values also. Okay, then the error is suppose you need to remove that. Right, that's it. Right, see Srimuki. Even I interchanged the college and name, but the values are coming is same. Am I correct? Okay, that's it. Shrimp. Okay, that's how the keyword arguments work. Okay, that's the second type of argument. Okay, any doubts, Shrimki, so far? Okay. Here, the order of argument is not important, but the number of arguments must be matched. Okay, right? So that's an important point here. Here, order of arguments is not important, but number of arguments must be matched. Okay, na? Okay. Okay. So here the main point is some important note. Okay. What is that? See, we can use both position and keyword arguments combinedly. Okay. Right. See, what I'm trying to say, suppose you can use a mix of those values. Okay. Suppose, you know, suppose 10, 20, 30 string. Okay. I came like this. Okay. So now here you can write A, comma, B, comma, C, comma. Okay. See here, if you observe the 10, 20, 30 mapped to A, B, C, then college name will be mapped to this respective variables. Am I correct? So if you see line 4, it is a mix of both position arguments plus keyword arguments. Am I correct? But the thing is, you are not allowed to write first, sorry, you are allowed to write positional, then keyword, but not in a reverse way. Keyword position, that's not acceptable. Okay. Suppose let us try that. Okay. See, even though you are getting error. Okay. See, because you are not allowed to write keyword, then positional arguments. Okay. You got it right, Shimuki? See, it's an error. Okay. See what they're saying? Positional arguments follows keyword arguments, which is not expected. Okay. First positional, then keyword arguments should be expected. Okay. You are not allowed to write positional arguments at the last. Okay, na Shimuki? That's a rule, thumb rule here. Okay. Let's remember that. Okay, na? Shimuki, are you fine? So you're only allowed to write positional first, then keyword next. Okay. Please be remember. Okay. See, now it will work. Okay, see what happened 10, 20, 30 for his name. Okay, okay, here you're not matched. See, like that. Okay, clear. Just with highlight one point in note. We can use both positional and keyword arguments simultaneously. But first we have to take positional, then keyword argument. Shrimuki, this line is clear, Shrimuki? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next type of arguments, default arguments. Okay. So till these two types, any doubts? Today we'll complete types of arguments. Tomorrow we'll complete variable types of variables. Okay. Tomorrow I think we'll try to wrap tomorrow functions. Okay. Yeah. Suppose sometimes we can provide default value for position arguments. Okay. Let us see that. Okay. What is that default arguments? Okay. See, what I mean to say, default means suppose there is some position argument is there. Okay, let's say let me explain and then we'll write. Okay, simple. Is that clear, Shim? Okay, this one clear, right? Yeah. We copied. Huh? Yeah, def get back something a random function. Okay, suppose see he can write print my name is right, Shimuki. You got it. See, not only see. Let me complete. Then I'll explain. Okay, get well. Kiran. Suppose if I am sending Kiran na, that Sunil will be replaced by Kiran. Okay. If I'm not sending Kiran, by default, the name will be having value what? Sunil. Okay. That's it. Okay. You got it. In the first place, the Kiran will be replacing Sunil. Okay. In the second place, Sunil is just a default is there. It won't be replaced. This is an example of default argument. Okay. So here my name is a default argument. Okay. So we can sometimes we can provide default values for positional arguments. Okay. So what I mean to say, if there is no value coming, it won't be an error anymore. Okay. So this default value will be considered as a name value. Okay, Shimuki, fine. Shimuki, అర్థమైందా? Yes, yes, yes. See, the name itself understood, right? Default. Okay. Default, it will take Sunil. If you're sending something, it will be getting overridden. Okay, clear? Okay. See, first one name is Kiran, second one name is Sunil. Okay. This is an example of default documents. Okay. Shrimuki, can you form two lines? If someone is asking, what is default arguments, what you will say? Just can you frame it two lines here? Okay. So you can write for positional arguments. Okay. You can give default values also. Okay. Default values. But if you want to say in a more understandable format, okay, If you are not sending any value, in that context also, if you want your function to work, you're not sending any value, though you are expecting a value, okay? Though you are expecting a value. Okay. In this case, if you want your function to work, then go for default arguments. Okay. Clear, Shrimaki? Okay, clear. Yeah. And if you are not passing any value, the default value will be considered. Okay. Just write that. Okay. 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 1 minute. Okay. Here also there is some thumb rule. Okay. In this default arguments. Okay. Let me tell you that. Okay. So the thing is, default argument should be at the end. Earlier, if you see, position arguments followed by keyword arguments, right? So now default arguments will be at the end. Okay. Position argument should be at the beginning. Okay. That's what the same rule. Okay. Here also. Okay. Na? Right. So you can write this way. Just let me 1 minute. Some call is coming. Hi, Ashuri. I'm joining at 10 o'clock. I remember that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let me explain with that line. Same thing, Shrimati. Okay. Suppose here if you write college. Okay. So if you see the college is a positional argument and name is a default argument. Am I correct, Shrimati, so far? So you can send the college name here. Okay. Something XYZ college. See, you remember, you got it right, Shrimati. So if you see here, college is a positional argument and name is a default argument. The thing is positional followed by default, but not in a reverse way. Okay, got it? Shrimki, అర్థమైందా? See, but if let us try to write in a the reverse way, it won't work. Yeah, so position argument should be at the beginning. Okay, either default or the keyword argument should be at the end, but position argument should be at the beginning. Okay, okay, okay. This is about default argument. Shrimki, okay. So can you form one line for that? What I told now. So always default arguments should be at the end, and position argument should be at the start. Okay, remember that. This is thumb rule. Okay, there is no hard logic here. Okay, right. That's it, Shimon. Okay. Now. variable length arguments. Any guesses what is variable length argument? Shimiki, spare for extra 5 more minutes. We'll complete this variable length arguments. Okay, today. What do you mean by length of variables? Yeah, yeah. I'll explain you that. Okay. First, I'll explain the logic, then I'll write the definition. Okay. So 42 and 43 I'll send. Okay, the notes. Okay, na? Shrimiki? Yes. Sorry. I have written right. Oh shit. One minute. I have pasted this code in the variable length arguments, which is not true, na? It should be the position of default arguments, right? Now, just if I want to calculate sum Shrimiki, okay? Def sum, okay? Star n, okay, na? Okay. For I in range of n. Okay. See, if you see, this star n will take any number of arguments. That might be sometimes 2 arguments, sometimes 3 arguments, sometimes 5 arguments. If you pass any number of arguments, that star n will take. That star n is nothing but variable length argument. Okay, na? Right, Shimuki? Okay. So for I in n, okay, not range of n. Okay, for I in n, okay. So n will act like some list. Okay, na? So you can write sum equal to sum plus I. Okay, that's it. Okay. So you take value sum equal to 0. You got it right, Shimuki? Print. Sorry, first you should call the function, right? Print sum of 10, 20, 30. Okay, na, Shimuki? See, all this. So if you want to send 5, suppose now I send 5 values, na, I can send 4 values also. You got it? I can send 3 values also. This is the meaning of variable length augmentation. Okay. అర్థమైందా? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Oh, sorry. You are not returning some, right? See, the important thing is if you are not returning anything, but still you are expecting it will print none. Okay. Yeah, definitely. If you are printing in the if you are printing some function means you're expecting some value, right? In function, it's not like that. That's what I'm telling you. If you're expecting, suppose if you're saying, suppose let me, Srimuki, you are back to basics. Okay, no problem. Suppose if you see in line 6, okay, let me clear. In line 6, I'm not expecting anything. I'm just calling the function, right? Now return is optional. Now you can print the sum also. Now there is no need to return here. If you're expecting some value, you should return, right? You can print sum in this function itself only. You got it, Shrimuki. This is the flow. Basically, that's what I'm telling yesterday, right? See? Okay, suppose if you're expecting something like if you write x equal to sum, then you should return the value. Okay, otherwise it will be an issue. Okay. Okay. If suppose, see, it's not an issue, the x will be none. Okay. See, you are expecting a value but you are not returning, then the x will be none. Okay, that's an issue, right? It's a some there is it's a useless value, right? None. See, none I'm getting. Okay. If you are expecting a value into x, if you are not returning, the x will be none. Okay. That's what. If see, here I am capturing into x, I am printing. But earlier I am directly printing in the sums. I am printing the sum function directly. You got it, Shimuki? Both are the same only. But the one thing you should keep in mind is if you are expecting some value, you should return. Else the value will be none. Okay. That's it, Shimuki. Okay. We'll write this function and we'll close the class. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see the last part of functions. Okay. And then we'll go for oops. Okay. Any idea, Shimuki, what is basic idea of oops? Any something like that? Yes, yes. Okay. Sometimes we can pass variable number of arguments to our function. Okay. Such type of arguments are called variable length arguments. Okay, na? That's the definition. Okay. I haven't saved this one. Okay. I'll save now. Okay, Shamka, I'll send last three class notes. Okay. Right. Just let me stop.